The invasion began without a single sign, drifting silently among us. A subtle change in our loved ones, a distant gaze, something we all shrugged off. As if consciousness was dimming, thoughts slipping away, only to be replaced by a strange calmness. Governments were dismantled quietly, resistance fading like shadows at twilight. Citizens, once vibrant, turned to mere echoes of themselves, moving through life without question or struggle. The world had fallen under a spell. Meanwhile, Reid found himself alone, watching the abandoned military camp, grappling with the quiet left behind. As he stood there, it dawned on him. He remained untouched by the invisible grip that subdued everyone else. He was determined to uncover the truth. Days passed in hiding, every silence amplifying his fears. Distress calls went unanswered, and every military base he approached had either deserted soldiers or ones who no longer recognized him. The chilling realization struck. He was now a rogue element on the run. Yet deep down, he knew he would not succumb, despite the creeping panic that threatened him. He immersed himself in survival, evading drones patrolling the skies, mapping their patterns, and avoiding the dreams of surrender they cast upon anyone they caught. After weeks of solitude, he found Lena, a survivor hiding in an abandoned clinic, her spirit tangled in uncertainty and fear. Offering her a can of peaches, he witnessed the raw need for connection emerge as she broke down, tears flowing from the release of isolation. They shared their experiences, their mismatched puzzle pieces forming a bond. The world was changed, their minds untouched, but the people around them were different, entranced by an alien presence they couldn't grasp. They slowly grew in number, a ragtag group of survivors forming under the weight of despair and hope. A former bus driver, Kenny, joined. Then came Brooke, a teenage girl whose brightness shone less dimly in the dark world. Teresa, older and wiser, clung to memories of her husband, believing he was still out there, fighting in the mountains. They sought answers, but found only tranquility among the thralls of the calm. The group whispered of their existence under starlit skies, branding themselves the Awake. Their name echoed the irony of their plight, alive yet burdened, aware yet helpless. It was Brooke who solved the riddle of their enemy. Alien communication was embedded in frequencies deeper than sound. With a crude lab set up, they started intercepting weak signals. Patterns emerged, leading them to believe there was a central node directing it all. Hope ignited their weary hearts as they set their sights westward. Marcus believed they needed to find the core of this invasion at any cost. Colorado Springs, once a fortress of technology, became their destination. As they journeyed, fewer drones loomed over them, but the sight of entranced townsfolk was haunting. Citizens moved with eerie precision, performing daily tasks devoid of emotion, a facade of harmony masking the truth, a community hollowed out, rendered passive. With each step deeper into this new reality, Marcus found resolve in carrying the memories of who they were, knowing they could reshape the future. Traveling alongside Lena, Brooke, and their growing family of survivors, they shared laughter, tears, and the determination to reclaim their world. No longer mere shadows of compliance, their fight was only beginning. Together, they would rise against the silence of the invaders, wielding the power of thought and unity. As they pressed forward through the challenges ahead, the bond among them strengthened. They faced each day as a new battle, every movement through kept forests an act of defiance. They vowed to peel back the layers of the invasion shrouded in calmness. With every milestone they grew bolder. They were no longer hiding. They were hunting for the truth, seeking freedom from the grip of unseen hands. They refused to vanish into that hollow silence. The question of why the aliens invaded remained a mystery, yet each moment spent evading their gaze brought clarity. The power of humanity surged within each of them. The urge to fight back consolidated under the darkness. Treasuring the remnants of laughter and life, they would not let themselves disappear beneath the weight of compliance. Each step forward became a symbol of hope against the silent conquest of their world. The sun set behind the mountains as they moved, but within them burned a deeper fire, a desire for resurgence. They were the Awake, a name forged from laughter, strength, and the shared will to reclaim everything that had been stolen. The path was uncertain, yet the spirit of humanity demanded they continue the fight until shadows were dismantled and silence turned into voices of the free. In every heartbeat, they carried determination. They were the resistance, and together they would thrive amid the desolation. The dawn awaited them, and with it, the promise of a new beginning. From silence to symphony, this is where their story truly begins. United, they would redefine not just their lives, but the very essence of hope itself. As they forged ahead, each day became a testament to resilience, determination, and the profound truth that while they might have been many, together they were unbreakable. In Utah, a scientist named Dr. Monroe barricaded himself in an old university building, surrounded by insulation and copper mesh. He had discovered the concept of neural frequency resistance. This idea suggested that certain brains operated on unique wavelengths, revealing that immunity was based on statistics, not genetics or morality. Marcus felt alienated by his resistance, as it distanced him from humanity. Dr. Monroe had been developing a crude jammer, a device capable of blocking the alien signal within a limited radius. Though it worked, it required constant power and could only cover a range of 50 meters. It was a flicker of hope. Marcus and his team ventured into Colorado Springs, where they uncovered a chilling truth. The aliens weren't hiding in ships or underground. They had embedded themselves within people. The calm ones, as they came to be known, housed an alien presence neurologically, a thought virus that manipulated human perception and behavior. The invaders had integrated into the very fabric of human consciousness, spreading like a virus. Marcus felt ready to surrender after a year of struggle, but Lena reminded him that viruses could be rewritten and signals jammed. If the aliens communicated through frequency, then a disruption might restore humanity. They shifted their focus from mere survival to sabotage, setting their sights on reclaiming the lost world. The plan was audacious. Infiltrate the old NORAD base, install Monroe's upgraded jammers into the central relay, and send a disruptive signal worldwide. This mental white noise would scramble the alien code, aiming to awaken the controlled populace rather than kill the invaders. The journey to NORAD was perilous. Vigilant drones patrolled, and the modified, controlled humans displayed alarming speed and aggression. Marcus navigated the chaos with caution, avoiding lethal force, for he was unsure if these individuals were still human in any meaningful way. Tragedy struck when they lost Kenny to a drone strike, and Teresa vanished in the deep tunnels beneath the base. Marcus feared she had been captured. Now down to just 4 members, Marcus, Lena, Brooke, and Monroe, they breached the command room with help from an EMP grenade found in an old cache. They placed the jammer and initiated the broadcast, but the system resisted the override. While Monroe struggled to fix the issue, Brooke revealed that she had been hearing the alien voice for weeks. She could no longer claim immunity. The aliens had evolved. Panic ensued as Brooke lunged at Monroe, and Lena screamed in horror. Marcus, driven by instinct, tackled Brooke to give Monroe the vital moments needed to complete the override. The jammer emitted a powerful soundless pulse that rippled across the Earth's satellite network. Suddenly, silence enveloped the airwaves. It was a true silence, not the eerie calm imposed by the aliens. For the first time in over a year, the calm ones stopped moving, blinking in confusion. Some collapsed, and others screamed as their alien control shattered. Marcus looked down at Brooke, who lay unconscious, possibly freed from the alien signal, while Monroe lay dying from stab wounds. Lena whispered her gratitude to Monroe. They had only a week before the signal faded, but it was a crucial moment, enough to awaken humanity and perhaps spark resistance. Standing tall, Marcus recognized that the world was still his despite its chaos. No longer a soldier, he embodied the spirit of a new warrior, one who engaged in battle not with weapons, but with the resilience of the human mind. The Earth had been lost without a shot. It would be reclaimed with defiant strength.